This is the morning weather briefing. This is for Monday, the 15th of January. This is James Spann. Needless to say, the weather is the talk of Alabama in the short term and probably all week long. We have winter storm conditions for parts of the state, all of Alabama, with a big Arctic chill and another Arctic blast coming in here late this week. So needless to say, we got a lot of things to talk about. As we typically do, we start with the upper air pattern. And again, we have this Arctic air covering much of the country with a connection over to Siberia. This is over the pole, cross-polar type air and an active southern branch of the jet stream on the southern edge of the cold air. Now, this is the radar composite. Again, all of what you see there, that's either snow or maybe some light freezing rain. Here's a look at the single-site radar coming out of Columbus, Mississippi. And again, the radar does its best with an algorithm to determine where we have freezing rain or we have snow. Sometimes it's right, sometimes it's wrong, but you get the idea. Wintry precipitation is falling this morning, again over the Tennessee Valley of North Alabama into parts of North Mississippi, and that will be continuing today and tonight. And for some of you, it will be snow. For some of you, it's going to be freezing rain. And for some of you, just a cold rain. And we'll sort all this out as we go. Needless to say, temperatures are critical. We've got 20s from Cullman, Jasper, Haleyville north, and they'll stay below freezing all day. Again, Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Anniston, Gadsden. There's a chance temperatures there could climb up to near 40 briefly before they drop quickly this evening and we get into the Arctic air. And here's a look at our statewide numbers this morning. Huntsville with 26, Birmingham 33, mid to upper 30s over the southern half of the state. So here's the latest watch warning map. We have a winter storm warning in effect for about the northern quarter of Alabama, the counties in pink on that map. And this would include basically areas north of a line from near Winfield to Cullman to Fort Payne. And to the south, there is a winter weather advisory that's been expanded now to include a few new counties. In fact, that winter weather advisory now includes northern Mobile and northern Baldwin counties. How about that? Way down in southwest Alabama, the winter weather advisory basically in effect for areas west of a line from Mobile to Monroeville, Camden, Selma, Clanton, Sylacauga, and Ranburne, the counties in blue on that map. Now, at this point, there are no advisories for Montgomery and points south and east, where mostly it's going to be a cold rain. And here's a quick peek at the big view. Winter storm warnings in effect really all the way from northeastern Texas into parts of West Virginia with this feature. So let's just dive right into it. Let's go to modeling. Model fans, the GFS. This is the 06Z run valid today at 4. Cold trough, messy pattern. Let's go right to the high-res modeling. So this is the high-resolution rapid refresh, the HRRR, the HRRR, valid this morning at 8 o'clock. And you can see at that point the precipitation should still be basically north of a line from near Vernon to Jasper to Cullman up to about Mentone. And the better chance of snow here will be along and north of the Tennessee River. That's the message we've tried to communicate for days, and that message is still valid this morning. South of the Tennessee River, it's a messy, wintry mix with freezing rain and sleet, and maybe a few snowflakes in the mix. But again, notice Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Anniston, points south. We're still dry this morning at 8 o'clock. This is this afternoon at 3 o'clock. And that messy, wintry precipitation continues. And on these maps where you see the pink, that's freezing rain, orange, that's sleet, blue, that's snow. And again, it's mainly over the Tennessee Valley, but we note it's beginning to increase over parts of west central Alabama, Tuscaloosa, Lamar, Pickens counties. And then by this evening at 6 o'clock, the freezing rain band pushes to the south. And at this point, it should be mostly all freezing rain. And again, freezing rain along and north of Interstate 59. So, and obviously all day today in the winter storm warning area. Temperatures below freezing. Roads, bridges could be icy. But this evening, this is when we should start to see some bridge icing developing maybe in parts of north central Alabama. In fact, let's go to 8 o'clock tonight. You can see freezing rain at that point should be falling in Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, and Gadsden. So for those of you in that Interstate 59 stretch, bridges could become icy late this afternoon and this evening. That would include Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Gadsden. Anniston, it might start off as a cold rain, and then you will have the chance of bridge icing after 8 o'clock tonight. And then by 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, we've got some light rain falling down around Dothan, Abbeville, Geneva, and there could be a touch of freezing rain around Troy briefly, but we don't see evidence it will create a major impact. For now, that could change. But again, for now, southeast Alabama is not under any type of winter weather advisory. Snow potential. And again, same messaging here, the better chance of the really good accumulating snows from the Tennessee River north. And I'll show you a bunch of pictures and video here in a minute. Here's a look at the National Weather Service graphic. And again, this is additional snow that could fall. And again, the clear winner here is the shoals. Florence, Sheffield, Tuscumbia, Muscle Shoals. And if you go up to Waterloo, up there in that northwestern corner of the state, they could see over 6 inches. And they've got a bunch now. And we could see some light accumulation, maybe as far south as Winfield, Cullman, Fort Payne. But again, the big snows, the really good snows, north of the Tennessee River. For most of Alabama with winter weather problems, it's this, freezing rain and ice accumulation. This is the ice potential coming off the HRRR, and it doesn't take a lot. In fact, I'll show you the National Weather Service graphic here, and you look at that and you're thinking, hey, 1/100th of an inch to 1/10th of an inch, say in Birmingham. That's not a lot, but I've been here a long time, and I've seen the downtown interstate system go on ice with that type of totals here. So just be aware that we'll have the potential for freezing rain and bridge icing, and maybe even some icing on blacktop roads in that winter weather advisory, beginning late this afternoon, early this evening, on through tomorrow morning. And here's the deal. Tomorrow it's just going to be cold. The precipitation is gone, but we stay below freezing all day. In fact, some folks up near the Tennessee state line might have a hard time getting out of the teens. 20s all day for Birmingham, and even down into Montgomery, you'll stay below freezing all day. So understand the road conditions will not really improve much during the day tomorrow. And then this is Wednesday. We're going to be sunny, and finally by Wednesday afternoon, we'll see upper 30s for North Alabama, 40s for South Alabama. We go above freezing by mid to late morning on Wednesday. So that's the deal. And look at the numbers here. Understand the cold is a big story here. These are our projected lows tomorrow morning coming off the NBM, the National Blend of Models. And we've got teens for the northern half of the state, 20s in South Alabama. Of course, Dothan, they're just getting into it there. They're at 41. They'll see a cold rain. But temperatures between 10 and 15 for the northern third of the state. But the coldest morning will be early Wednesday morning. And again, these are not wind chill indices. These are actual morning lows. And if you can't read the numbers, I'll pick out a few select cities for you. How about Florence with 3, Huntsville 5, Scottsboro, Fort Payne 7, Cullman 8, Jasper 7, Birmingham 12, Gadsden 9, Anniston 11, Tuscaloosa 19, Montgomery 16, Mobile 19, Gulf Shores sitting right at 20. So the cold is a big deal. So again, the understand that the one thing you want to think about, and this is the analog to this is December of 2022. We've had pipes burst in weather like this here, so know where the shutoff valve is in your house in case you need to cut the water off. Today's a good day to go look at that. And obviously, if you know anybody that doesn't have an adequate source of heat, check on them. Let them know this is coming, and let them know where they can go to stay warm. Most municipalities have warming centers open. And, of course, obviously with the pets, they don't like this any more than we do. Give them some shelter as well. So let's keep moving here. This is Thursday, and so Thursday night, here comes the next wave. Now, this is the American GFS. This is Thursday night at midnight. Could we have another round of this mess Thursday night? It's saying, yeah, but the European global model says no, it's going to be mostly a cold rain. And again, you know the deal here. Let's get through this system today and tonight, then we can focus on that one. Whether we do have snow or ice or just a cold rain, we'll be able to resolve that with higher confidence by tomorrow afternoon, really. But the one thing for sure, another shot of cold air comes in on Friday. Friday, windy, cold, clearing. Temperatures could stay below freezing again all day for the northern third of the state. And then by Saturday morning, we'll be in the teens again. Most places between 10 and 18 early Saturday morning. And then during the day Saturday, I think we stay below freezing all day, again, for the northern half of the state. Sunday morning will be cold with teens in many areas, but we rise into the low 40s on Sunday afternoon with a sunny sky. That'll be like a heat wave. And this is Monday, a week from today, the 22nd. Ridging beginning to build, and we climb into the 50s in most spots. Let's keep going. This is 10 days out. This is Wednesday of next week, the 24th. Got a trough coming into Texas, and there's evidence we'll have rain at that point, but we should be in the 60s as the cold air is scoured out. Quick peek at rain for Birmingham. This coming off the European ensemble. You're looking for the green line on this chart between about 2 inches, I'd say, between now and the end of the month. Here's a look at the numbers coming from the National Blend of Models. And again, your number could vary, obviously. But notice 44 today, but we're going to drop like a rock this evening. And again, if you're north of Birmingham, you stay below freezing all day in that winter storm warning area. But the lows for Birmingham, 17 tomorrow, 12 Wednesday. And then for the weekend, 14 Saturday, 18 Sunday. But then we've got those 60s coming in here by the middle of next week. And for those that don't like this Arctic chill, that's a good-looking map. This is for the 22nd through the 28th of January. Temperatures will likely be above average over most of the contiguous United States. And again, for those just joining us that are watching live, I'm going to do a rehash here in just a second. But let's look at what it's been doing overnight up in North Alabama. This was Florence last night. And if you're in the Shoals, you're in the bull's eye. That's going to be the heaviest snow in the state. Just very beautiful. I mean, you can scroll through my social media feeds and see more images and video. But, hey, you know, the Spann shout-outs always somehow manage to make it on these videos here. The kids loved it. I mean, that's a joyous face right there. The kids love the snow. Love this shot, looking out the window as the snow is coming down. Now, the animals, I don't know. You know, some love it, some just have no use for it. Here's a couple of shots coming from the University of North Alabama campus up in Florence. Just gorgeous scenes. And once we get the sun up today, we're going to see some really amazing scenes there. And, of course, what do you do if you're a college kid? You got to have some fun here. Let's go. Let's get on top of that hill, and let's see how fast we can go down that thing. You ready? Here we go. And the hard part of this stuff's always the landing, you know. I mean, getting going, that's easy, but, you know, typically you're going to wipe out and collide with something. That last shot, I think, was from the University of South Tennessee in Pulaski, Tennessee. This is from the UNA campus, University of North Alabama last night. And come on, man, you got to have some fun here. We don't get a lot of snow around here, but we can get those sleds going. Now, this bonehead, I don't know what's the story here. There's always a few knuckleheads in these winter storms, and according to the note I got, this is a teenager that did this on a dare, and I think they offered him $10 or $20 or something to go out there and run around with no shirt on and, freeze yourself. That's always the fun part of these photos and videos we get. So the guy's going to come back, no shirt, and what's he going to do? He's going to make a snow angel here. I mean, I hope he got more than $5 or $10 for this thing. I don't know. Are you ready? All right. And then these guys, this is what I'm talking about. Forget the milk and bread. These guys are out here cooking. They got a steak going down there and hot dogs. That was on the campus of the University of North Alabama last night. So again, just go through my social media feeds for a lot more pictures and videos. And thanks to everybody for taking the time to send them to me. I really appreciate that. So for those that are just joining us live, we're live at 5:41 Monday morning, 15th of January, 2024. A winter storm warning in effect for the counties in pink on that map. The counties are the ones basically north of a line from Winfield to Cullman to Fort Payne. To the south, a winter weather advisory, all the way down to Mobile. Areas west of a line from Mobile to Monroeville, Selma, Clanton, Sylacauga, Ranburne. The counties in blue on that map. We'll have additional snow falling today. The better snows north of the Tennessee River. The messaging has not changed on this. And again, we're going to see some pretty impressive totals up in there. Around the Shoals, you could wind up with 5 inches, maybe more in spots, especially up toward Waterloo. But for most of Alabama, the issue involves freezing rain, raining, liquid. You walk outside, you get wet, but surface temperatures are colder than 32, and that can glaze anything with ice, exposed objects, including bridges and maybe some blacktop road surfaces. The conditions will be deteriorating for places like, first off, in the winter storm warning, I wouldn't drive at all today unless you had to. I wouldn't do that. Now, For Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Anniston, Gadsden, the temperatures go below freezing late this afternoon and early tonight, this evening. And they'll come down quick. And with light freezing rain falling, I'm telling you, these bridges can go icy very, very quickly. I've seen it many times before in pure Arctic air like this. It doesn't take a lot. So in the winter weather advisory, driving becomes very tricky late this afternoon and tonight. And the other story is the Arctic cold. And again, we're going to see lows tomorrow morning in the teens for North Alabama, 20s to the south, and then got a hard freeze all the way down to Gulf Shores Wednesday morning. We'll see single-digit lows for the northern third of the state. So again, that will do it here. Obviously, we'll have updates throughout the day today, but that's the way it will be unfolding for the next 24 hours. And as always, things could change, but confidence is fairly high. So far, the forecast has worked out very well. We all know sometimes these things bring surprises. And I will say, for almost any winter weather event, there is at least one surprise. So we'll be watching for that today. But watch for updates. And again, just kind of check on everybody that might not have adequate heating because the cold is the big deal statewide. For those that are new here, we do these typically in the morning about 5:15, in the afternoon about 2:45. We simulcast them live on my YouTube channel and the Facebook page. So the next video update will be here about 2:45 this afternoon. Of course, we have frequent notes on my social platforms, and we'll keep you advised. And of course, we invite you to watch us on TV this evening. I'll be there on ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.